Welcome to the historic walled city of Campeche on Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula. We're going to be walking through town and visiting the places where American retirees are settling. Is this town a hidden gem? When North Americans look to retire in the Yucatan, 90% of them look at Mérida. They look at the incredible culture, the infrastructure, and that famous level 1 safety rating from the U.S. State Department. But sometimes when you look for the best, you end up competing with everyone else who found it too. What if there was a city just 2 hours away that has the exact same level 1 safety rating, a significantly lower cost of living, and breathtaking waterfront views, but nobody is talking about it? Welcome to Campeche. It's a stunning, walled Spanish colonial city right on the Gulf of Mexico. But the big question we always ask here is, just because it's safe and cheap, does that actually make it livable? Today, we're applying my micro-location framework to the historic city center of Campeche. We're running it through the 10 dimensions of the GeoPension Report Card to see if this is the ultimate hidden gem alternative to Mérida, or if it's just plain sleepy. Our recent video about Tulum Pueblo was a reality check about looking past the tourist hype. Campeche is a reality check on expectations. If you want a booming expat club, major cultural events every night, and English spoken everywhere, this is not the city for you. But if you value history, calm, and stunning daily sunsets with a great restaurant scene, look at this. The historic center is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, surrounded by its original forts and walls, built centuries ago to keep out marauding pirates. It feels like stepping back 300 years, but with modern electricity and fiber optic internet. This isn't the chaotic paradise of Playa del Carmen in Tulum. This is authentic, peaceful, waterfront Mexican living. But can it pass the affordability stress test for a North American pension? But before we bring up the scorecard to find out, grab the QR code on your screen right now to download my complete GeoPension Framework PDF. It's free, and you can see exactly how I analyze these micro-locations. And if you're actively looking for affordable retirement spots outside the US, hit subscribe and like this video so you don't miss my upcoming Boots on the Ground series where we compare these Mexican cities to the Dominican Republic. All right, let's run the numbers. Number 1, housing cost fit, 8.5 out of 10. Your dollar goes a lot further here than in Mérida. Long-term rentals for a modern furnished one-bedroom apartment just outside the historic walls in barrios like Guadalupe generally range from $450 to $750 per month. If you want a fully restored colonial inside the walls, you'll pay a premium, but it's still a massive bargain compared to Mérida's high-end Centro neighborhood. It's an easy win for a fixed income. Number 2, healthcare access, 7 out of 10. Campeche has excellent regional hospitals, specialized private clinics, and modern emergency services. It's perfectly fine for routine care and managed conditions. However, for highly complex procedures or super specialized treatment, you will almost always make the 2-hour trip north to Mérida, which has some of the best hospitals in Latin America. Number 3, safety and stability, 9.5 out of 10. Campeche is incredibly consistent. It competes with Mérida for the title of the safest state in all of Mexico year after year. Here in the Centro Histórico micro-location, the presence of tourist police is high and cartel violence is virtually non-existent. It's peaceful, and you can comfortably walk the brightly lit colonial streets late at night. This is the top reason people move here. Number 4, walkability and transport, 8.5 out of 10. The entire historic center is perfectly flat and condensed into a grid that is arguably more walkable than any city in the country. Plus, you have the magnificent 4-mile-long Malecón waterfront boardwalk for your daily walks. Colectivos, which are local shared vans, are just 50 US cents for a local ride and are very efficient. Ubers, or the local ride-sharing app Didi, is also cheap. Also, the new ADO bus terminal makes travel to Mérida simple. Finally, the recently completed Train Maya will take you directly from the Cancun airport or the Mérida airport to the new Campeche train station, which now has itself a tram connecting it to the city center. Number 5, community and belonging, 7 out of 10. This is the trade-off for that quiet life. The expat community here is smaller and less organized than in the main hubs like San Miguel de Allende or Mérida. Still, local expat groups on Facebook, such as Campeche Expats, are very active and a wonderful source of advice for apartment hunting and local living. So, finding your people in a vibrant social circle certainly takes effort, but it's very doable. And if your goal is integrating into the local Mexican community and making local friends, this environment is perfect for that. Number 6, language and English access, 5.5 out of 10. This is the critical boots-on-the-ground reality check. In Tulum or Mérida, you could live an entirely English-speaking life. In Campeche, you absolutely cannot. Spanish is essential for daily navigation, banking, and real estate. The local population and even many service industry workers in the centro speak little to no English. If you don't want to learn the language, you will find the city frustrating. Personally, I learned Spanish when I was in my 50s, so I can assure you it's never too late, and a little Español will deeply enrich your overseas retirement experience. Number 7, climate and environment, 7 out of 10. Hey, it's the Yucatán. It's going to be hot and humid for most of the year, and there are no nearby mountains to provide relief. I'm docking 3 points because the summers are oppressive, and unlike Tulum, the historic center of Campeche doesn't benefit from much of a sea breeze due to the Gulf's orientation, making it feel even hotter inside the city walls. Also, be aware of occasional coastal flooding during high storms or hurricanes. Number 8, pet friendliness and care, 8.5 out of 10. Campeche is fantastic for pet owners. There are several high-quality veterinary clinics, many of which are very affordable compared to U.S. prices. The Malecón is perhaps the best dog park in the world for long daily walks. When I visited, the Malecón was completely closed to car traffic on Sunday morning, and numerous dogs were enjoying the scene. On top of that, I discovered this fun dog park located just off the Malecón, next to the historic downtown zone. The flat, organized streets make it easy to manage your pet in this charming micro-location. Last, several large supermarkets stock a wide range of cat and dog food and care-related items. Number 9, visas and practicality, 8 out of 10. We have to hit that standard Mexico visa fork in the road again. To get here legally and acquire a residency visa, you need to prove your income is at least $4,300 a month or you have assets of at least $75,000. If you clear that hurdle, Campeche's practicality is actually really high. Banking, getting utilities set up, and handling bureaucracy is simpler here because it's not overwhelmed with thousands of other expats competing for appointments like in the major cities. If you can't meet these income requirements, our channel will be profiling numerous alternative destinations over the coming months. Finally, number 10, the vibe check, 8.5 out of 10. This is the boots on the ground factor. I'm in love with the vibe of this city. It's refined, it's safe, and the combination of Spanish history and beautiful water views is unmatched. If you want to walk for your groceries after strolling through a local museum or historic church, Campeche is for you. However, I've bumped it down 1.5 points because it can be too quiet for some. If you thrive on major events, varied entertainment, and a lively social scene, you might find yourself feeling bored here compared to a cultural hub like Mérida. Campeche scores an overall 78 out of 100. That is a massive achievement. It is a fantastic option if safety, colonial beauty, and a lower cost of living are your top 3 priorities, provided you're willing to learn some Spanish. But here's the final kicker, the logistical trap that keeps this place hidden. Tulum got a major logistical boost from its new international airport. Campeche's airport is tiny and only has a few flights, mostly connecting to hubs like Mexico City. To get to the US or Canada, you will almost always need to make that 2-hour trip back to the Mérida airport or to Cancun. So while Campeche is cheaper and safer, it is simply more difficult to leave. For some, that isolation is paradise. For others who want to travel frequently to see family, that 4-hour round-trip commute every single time is a deal breaker. So, if you could clear that Mexico visa requirement, would you choose the famous cultural powerhouse of Mérida, or would you take the quieter, equally safe waterfront secret of Campeche? Let me know in the comments below. On this channel, we're on a quest to find the perfect GeoPension retirement locations, which is why in our next Yucatan video, we're moving inland to Valladolid to see if that Pueblo Mágico is truly the sweet spot between chaos and calm. But if the high financial barrier for a Mexican visa is just too high for your budget, we're actively exploring alternatives. Right now, I'm filming the final days of my scouting trip in the Dominican Republic, where the visa income requirement is thousands of dollars lower. Hit subscribe and like this video so you don't miss that upcoming series comparing the DR options. And before you go, grab that QR code on your screen to download my complete GeoPension Framework PDF for free so you can see exactly how I analyze these micro locations. I'll see you in the next video.